All right, let's go, man.
Okay.
Corey, you are.
So are we live?
Oh,
Yeah, we
actually live. Yo, I do want to apologize to everybody. We were set on time. Ollie and Phenom were ready to go. It's my fault, man. It's my fault. The last second, I had some last minute things I had to do. So, but look, I just want to tell everybody, man, welcome, man. I love the 80s. This is our 1984 segment. And one thing I can say, this year is freaking loaded, man. Give me a second. I'm going to get some more stuff set up. We're going to go around the horn, man. Phenom 202, what's your thoughts, man? Are you ready about this?
Yeah, when I saw the show notes, I was all in, yo. I think 84 might be the superstar year of the 80s, man. For real. So ready to get into a lot of good stuff, yo. Shout out to Corey, yo. Corey Roy.
Y'all, you won't believe what. Look, go ahead, y'all tell it, man.
Make that happen, yo. Corey got like 1,000 computer screens. He's still dealing with paper, yo. He's still grabbing the paper. He's like, hold up, I gotta get the paper. I love him though.
I'll get my show notes, and he was taking the paper and pounding it on the table like
notes,
out, yo.
Notes you emailed? He was like, yeah. I was like, yo, pull up on email, bro. But either way, man. It's no wrong with that, man.
I got show notes, yo, to make sure we stay on track with what's going on. And normally I was ready to go, and for some reason I just forgot those, yo. I just could not believe it. I literally forgot the show notes. But let's go ahead and get started, man. I will say 1984 is a banner year. Like, it is. When I started going through, I started to realize like 1984 has to be the best year in cinema ever. And I'm going to start off with naming the top 5 grossing movies of all time. First out the gate, freaking Ghostbusters, man, was number one. Ghostbusters was number 1. And I'm not even going to lie, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was number 2 top grossing movie of all time. In 1984, then number 3, freaking Gremlins was number 3. Then number 4, we go to the Karate Kid. I mean, this is insane with this movie. And then number 5 grossing movie was Police Academy. But we're going to come back through this, but this is insane. The 5 top grossing movies of all time. So let's start with Ghostbusters. We'll go to the crew. What are your memories about Ghostbusters? This is a great year, man. So let's get started with Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters. It was a great movie, funny. It had Sigourney Weaver in it. Had my man Rick Moranis was in it. It was a great freaking movie, man. And it was originally it's written by Dan Aykroyd, actually. So I didn't know that, but Dan Aykroyd actually wrote Ghostbusters. So what are you guys' thoughts, man? I'm going around the horn. Phenom 202. I'll go to you.
Ghostbusters 1 is the best movie of the franchise. It was out the gate. It was great. I mean, the comedic genius of Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, Steven Gutenberg. He the motherfucking star. You know what I mean?
Because
that was no. Oh, we talking about Ghostbusters. I'm
yeah, we talking about Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters.
I'm out of it. I'm sorry. Folks.
It's all good. We're getting to Steven Gutenberg though.
Yeah. But no, Ghostbusters is the shit, yo. I love that movie.
Yeah. Well, where are you? You wanted to talk about Ghostbusters, Ollie?
The best thing about Ghostbusters, that's what I'm saying. I never watched it in the theater because I was a fucking little child. The first time I ever seen Ghostbusters, yo, it's funny the shit you remember, yo, like the ingrained shit. First time I ever seen Ghostbusters, I might have been about 6th grade.
Okay.
I was at my friend Josh Brinkley. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Josh Brinkley.
I know. I don't even know if I can get sued for saying that. But he had a sleepover. We was at his house, and they had Ghostbusters on cassette. And we was like, yo, we will watch Ghostbusters. But when they did that scene in the library and Shorty turned around, we was like, shit, turn off.
Yeah, definitely, y'all.
So my
That shit is
first time
real.
seeing Ghostbusters, we only made it like 15 minutes into the movie.
Are you serious? Oh wow.
Yeah, because after that shit, we was like, yo, turn it off. We do some other shit.
That's good, man.
But of course, later on in life, we watched it. I mean, Ghostbusters is classic all around, like I said, all-star cast. Damn, I didn't know you said Dan Aykroyd wrote it.
Dan Aykroyd wrote Ghostbusters. Yeah,
he's a funny, he's a funny dude on the low. Well, not even on the low. I mean, he's a big superstar. But I'm just saying, he's definitely a funny cat. So yeah, Ghostbusters is classic. Shout out to Ernie Hudson too, man. You have to let motherfuckers know.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to Slime.
You see the new pictures of Ernie Hudson lately, yo?
Yeah,
he's like 70 something.
He's like 80. He's 78, whatever, swole as a bitch,
really?
Yo.
Yeah,
really?
Yo. Crazy, yo.
Damn. Shout out to TRT. That TRT do it all for you. But yeah, and shout out to Slimer, yo. Slimer classic.
Slimer was definitely like this a show stealer because when they did the Ghostbusters cartoon, they had Slimer was a main character in that Ghostbusters cartoon. I used to watch that joint. I used to watch the Ghostbusters cartoon. That was good. Yeah. So look, going to the number 2 movie. I mean, let's get to it. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I love this. This was actually my first introduction to Indiana Jones. I had to go back and watch later Raiders of the Lost Ark because that was too early for me. But when Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom came out, I loved this movie mainly because fucking Short Round was like me in this movie. Everything that Short Round was doing and talking and his whole action, just hanging with Indy, I fucking loved it, man. I love this movie. This was one of the highest grossing movies of all time. And basically, if you don't know the premise of Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones is there to help some villagers find this mystical stone and rescue their children from this crazy cult. And y'all know about that crazy cult, yo, when the guy be doing the cult thing and be pulling people's hearts out and shit while they still beating. Yo, that shit's crazy, yo. But I love this.
That wasn't even the craziest part of the movie, though. The craziest part of the movie is the dinner scene.
When they get dinner,
when they cut that snake open, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Snake, the monkey brains.
Oh, did they have some shit, eyes in there or some shit? I don't even know.
Yeah, it was the monkey brain, and his eyes was like up in his head. Yeah. That shit. He was eating that shit like it was Campbell's soup.
Yeah,
tearing that shit up.
I didn't know if it was racist or accurate.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Crazy, so you don't know. It can go either way. But I'm like, that shit was bonkers, yo.
Yeah, definitely.
Temple of Doom definitely had. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it definitely has some iconic moments all throughout. Because that was the one where he shot the dude that was about to fight. He was like, poop. He was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
He's like, dude had to
whip. I think so. Yeah.
Like the whip, he was going all off. Like, I was like, oh shit, this is about to be a throwdown. Your boy's like, man, fuck this shit. Pow. Let's keep it moving. I was like, yo, word. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. This movie was great, man. A lot of iconic
on the
moments.
low, Harrison Ford might be one of the best stuntmen or action heroes in cinema, yo.
Oh, absolutely. With Indiana Jones and Han Solo, those two.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's done other movies that he was good in as far as action, like The Fugitive.
Yeah, we talked about The Fugitive last week.
Yeah. So I don't know. You might be right. You know, go ahead.
Oh no, you're right. No, I was
going to say he's not ranked up there with like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, but he's done some really good action movies. I mean, for real.
Oh yeah, for real. He got the plane shit.
Yeah.
Air Force One. Yeah, Air Force One and all that. Yeah. He got a couple of them. Yeah, he got a couple of them. No, I was gonna say because you said you love Short.
Yeah, Short Round. I forget his name. But yes, he did finally win an Oscar. Yeah,
somebody everything, everywhere, anything. That was that movie.
Such a great movie. I watched that movie in the theaters. Woo, that movie was good.
I had to rewatch it because I didn't get it the first time I watched it. I fell asleep. I was like, "What is this shit?" And then I went back and like, "Oh, okay, I see it." You know, the dildo fighting scene. I was like, this shit is off the chain, yo.
They did. Yeah.
Indy was
cheated.
Oh
yeah. When he was playing cards with them.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Indy cheat the kids.
Yes. When he but Short Round was cheating too, because he had the card. He was like, "No, Dr. Jones, you cheat."
I love it, man. It was a good impression, but don't do it again.
I know. Okay. But I was so happy for him winning the Oscar. It was such an emotional speech. But he also is in Loki, the season finale of Loki, and is killing it. If you haven't seen the season finale of Loki, it's literally like he's playing Data, but just a grown-up Data from Goonies. Yeah. It's really cool, man. It's really dope.
Yeah.
But this movie had a lot of action, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and Ghostbusters, but this movie was the third top grossing movie of 1984, and it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. And it's Gremlins, yo. Motherfucking Gremlins. This movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, but I did want a Mogwai so bad. So the premise of this movie is Billy, I think is the name of the guy, gets a Mogwai for Christmas, and he messes up 3 of the most important lessons you're supposed to have with the Gremlins. The first one is never get them wet.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is keep them out of sunlight. Exactly. And the third one is never feed them after midnight.
The most important one.
And he fucked up all 3.
He did. You're right. He did.
All 3, yo. Because he got them wet and all the things started popping off a gizmo from out his back. And it was crazy. But I was scared shitless of this movie, but it was a huge hit. I mean, toys, memorabilia, McDonald's, the shit was fucking everywhere, and it came out right around Christmas time. Mm-hmm. I even had a book, a Gremlins book that had like a record player that came with it. But anyway, I digress. I love this movie. I wanted a Mogwai. Do you guys? I'm sure you remember this movie, but what are your thoughts on Gremlins?
I mean, that the shit popping off his back and spawning into other Gremlins. That shit was traumatizing.
Yeah, what's
not gonna lie, yo.
Shit. I was like, oh.
It didn't look good. But yo, Spike was that leader, yo.
Yeah, Spike.
You know what I'm saying? The movie theater scene is iconic when they're in the movie theater watching the movie. Yo.
Yeah, and they singing Snow White when it's the hi-ho.
Yeah. And it's funny though. Shout out to Redman, yo. He sampled that joint on his album, yo. That's it when they were singing grown up shit, grown man shit. But had Phoebe Cates in it, yo. Phoebe Cates from Fast Time at Ridgemont High, yo.
That's right. That was Billy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
Bad, yo.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely Gremlins is a classic. Spike. It's funny you said you were scared of that. See, I was scared of Ghostbusters. You won't. Like this movie, for some reason, this movie didn't scare me at all because I just thought the Gremlins was so fake. But in my head, you know what it is? In my head, I thought ghosts could be real. I knew Gremlins were real. That's what it was. But in my head, ghosts could fuck you up. But either way, I mean, how can you be scared of little Pac? I don't even know. He said the name again.
Mogwai.
What was his name? Gizmo, right?
His name was Gizmo. Yes.
Gizmo. Yeah. Yeah, but your boy did definitely. You're right. He
fucked up all the rules.
He fucked up Christmas for everybody because he couldn't motherfucking follow 3 easy rules.
Yes. And he did the worst one, feeding them chicken after midnight. It was 10 that motherfucking chicken.
They fucking up that shit up.
He was like, "Damn, you guys are really hungry."
Yeah. They started hopping in that water. And next thing, just started coming out. That shit was like popcorn popping out.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
that shit was crazy. Yeah, that movie scared me, man. But a great movie. It was a huge hit.
It's crazy because the budget was $11 million, and it made $213 million.
Well, now that's a hell of a profit.
That's a hell of a dog. That's a $200 million profit, dog.
Yeah,
in '84. Well, I got another fact for you. Gremlins, the new batch, the budget was $50 million, and it made $41.5 million.
Oh Lord! So they lost money.
Yeah, so basically, I don't
acknowledge like when they were in New York and all that shit. I don't acknowledge none of the movies, yo.
Nah.
The first one is really the best one. Everything after that is kind of whack, you know. Gremlins 2, the new batch. I mean, it's not the same because it was a lightning in a bottle moment. And this is like one of those things. How you recreate this again, you know, unless it's just kind of dumb, you know. So, but when you make 200 million off of 11 million, then you be thinking of like, how can we capitalize off this shit, you know? So yeah. But
I do gotta say,
yeah, go ahead.
No, we do got a correction. Oops.
Yes, go ahead. We've got a correction.
Oh, I'm on the wrong joint, yo. His name was Stripe.
Stripe. I said Stripe.
Yeah, Stripe. Yeah, that's
Stripe. Yes. His name was Stripe. Ashley, yes, you're right. Because he's got the stripe going down the center of his head right there. So yeah, you're right. It's Stripe.
Yeah.
Thank you for that correction. And let's move on because I'm telling you, there are too many movies in this year. Best year ever. And we're just starting. So you know we got to go to the next one. The Karate Kid. I mean, this was the motherfucking shit. Hold on. Let me get this up, man.
Yeah, let's get Karate Kid up there.
Yes, here we go, man. The Karate Kid. Oh, man. Look, the movie starring Ralph Macchio as Daniel LaRusso. His mom moves from New Jersey to LA, where they meet this handyman in an apartment called Mr. Miyagi. And of course, from there, they wind up having a bond later because he teaches Daniel karate because he encounters harassment from the Cobra Kai led by Johnny Lawrence, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, I don't have anything bad to say about this movie, but this movie to me is a classic. And they always tried to rewrite it with number 2, number 3, and number 4, but nothing could capture the magic in this lightning bottle moment of the Karate Kid. This to me was the shit, yo, in every way. I mean, every scene from the crane kick to the dojo, but you've got Elizabeth Shue in here. I mean, this is in Johnny Lawrence, but this is the scene that starts off with everybody talks about that Ralph was really the bully. So this is an iconic scene that they reflect to go back to. But look, you guys, I can go on and on about Karate Kid, man. What are your thoughts on this movie, man? Phenom, I go to you.
Team Cobra Kai.
Okay.
So, yo, I love this movie and I hate this movie at the same time. I love everything about the movie except the storyline because I said it before.
Isn't that the
I'll
movie?
say it again. This dude learned karate in 2 weeks and whipped the whole dojo, yo.
Oh yeah, I get that. That is.
And
true.
actually, one of those weeks was him doing chores.
Exactly, yo. For the All Valley tournament,
he did a wax on.
Yo,
yeah, I think he did. He did wax on, wax off. He did paint up, paint down.
Yeah, paint the fence.
What was the
sand the floor? Sand the floor. Side to side. Yep, you're right. Those are the ones. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's crazy because like
right the circle, left the circle.
I'm gonna tell you because Corey, you misspoke. You said he faced harassment. He didn't harass. Cobra Kai didn't harass him at all. He harassed them first, and they whipped his ass every chance he got, yo.
Yeah.
They let him slide. On the beach, he tried to fight Johnny. Johnny moved out the way.
Yeah, he sucker punched him in the face. Yeah.
And then Johnny whipped out on him. But when they was in the costume party, they was pissing and
he put the water in that shit.
He dumped the water on them. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
he was an asshole.
He was an asshole, yo.
Yeah. And
well, he was an asshole. I'm just gonna blame that on the jersey in him, yo.
Kai, because somebody on that did exactly what you saw. Oh, we're back. Somebody on the internet did exactly what you said, Phoenix. They saw it from Daniel's point of view, like he was really the one instigating all this shit. Like Johnny would have never messed with him if he was never instigating stuff with Cobra Kai. So,
but you meant from Johnny's point of view. But yeah, Daniel was an asshole, and I mean it's a classic ass movie though, yo. I really, I can't fuck it. Who don't love this movie, yo? And then at the end, you got the fire ass montage, fighting scenes. We got the sweep the leg. We get the crane kick. We get the.
Oh, we got that on the channel.
You know what I mean? And shout out
get his arm back.
Get his shit right. Shout out to Bones Malone. You're the best.
You're the best. All right.
Nothing
check out that.
You're the best.
Love that song.
So,
we got that reaction on the channel.
Yeah, we do
Yeah,
got
go
reaction
check
to that on the channel, yo. So
Yeah,
I
good
mean,
one.
it's no hating on Karate Kid for me at all.
Yeah,
And I like the other ones. I like the 2, 3, and the remake. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Y'all,
I like
they all
like
consider they suck. Guess what? I like 2, 3, and the remake.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I like 1 and 2. Yeah, I like 1 and 2, 3.
The one with Hillary Duff. Hillary
Yeah,
Swank.
the Hillary Duff. I can't
Swank.
rock with that. Yeah, so I do 1
Well, I
and
ain't
2.
talking about every. I don't know what that remake. What's Hillary Duff?
It's called The New Karate
Hillary
Kid or
Swank.
something like that.
Well, I
Yeah.
didn't see that one. I didn't see. I'm talking about Jaden Smith. I'm talking about when him and my girl from
Jackie Chan and Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji P. Henson. There we go. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Taraji. Yeah, when they went to take them over
When they
to
went
the
to
other side.
Japan and stuff.
Yeah. I thought that was a good one. Honestly,
Yeah, it was
watch
okay.
it with your kids one day. You'll be like, "Yo, that shit was
I
good."
don't know. Yeah.
Nah. You watch it with your kids, so
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, shit's pretty good." Yo.
Well,
like it's not bad.
Well, you know,
And last thing before we go, R.I.P.
That's what I was going to go. No, that's exactly where I was going to go with that. R.I.P. to Pat Morita. You know, he's not here anymore. He played the hell out of that role, man, Mr. Miyagi, yo. And you know what I just thought about? Cobra Pie. yeah, that's it. But you know what I just thought about? This particular scene right here, where he's like fighting at the dojo and everything. This particular scene right here. Remember that one guy that was in the back that was like, put him in a body bag.
Yeah, put him in a body bag. Yeah. Like they got some good shit with them screaming out that in the background, yo. They definitely got some good shit.
They do.
Them screaming out in the background.
All right. So shout out to Elizabeth Shue because she's in her too. And Phenom will definitely come back. We'll get him back. But in the meantime, we got Phenom, you're back. Okay, you're back just in time, man, because we're about to go to the 5th top grossing movie of 1984, man. Here we go. Motherfucking Police Academy. I got this movie. I love this fucking movie, yo. Starring Steven Guttenberg as Mahoney. Basically, he's a repeat offender that is forced to join the police academy as punishment and is joined by a ragtag group of people, and they're all trying to get through and graduate from the academy. This movie is so fucking good. And Kim Cattrall is in this movie too. Did not know this until I started doing a little bit of research. But yeah, Kim Cattrall is in this joint. This movie is fucking good, man. There are so many funny ass classic scenes. And I got to give it up for the captain. He's makes this film to me. His all his antics trying to get them to fail. Mahoney going back, Motormouth Jones, Tackleberry. I mean, there's so much about this movie that's funny, man. And I loved it. I actually have it on DVD and I watch it probably like once a year. For real. It's a great movie. I know you guys love Police Academy, man. Talk to me about it. Phenom, you.
Yeah, no, I definitely love Police Academy, man. Michael Winslow, like icon. He is the 80s, man. You know what I'm saying? Steve Guttenberg, like what happened to him, yo? Like he was the man. I remember him mainly from Police Academy. I know he was in other stuff.
Yeah.
But Mahoney and Police Academy, his hijinks always was funny. Always fucking with the captain.
Yes.
The other cop that had the big breasts. That was all everybody.
Yes,
was
Callahan.
Callahan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love it. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Police Academy is definitely a classic. As you said, Michael Winslow, and he rocked out. Like, I mean, my bad, my allergies fucking up, so I just took an allergy. It's live, folks. I just took an allergy pill. I'm about to have to go off for a second, but yeah, Michael Winslow with the sound effects was crazy. He was always funny.
Always.
And,
that's Jones, right? Michael Winslow.
Motormouth, yeah, Jones,
yeah. Gotcha.
We had Hightower and they're doing this thing, and we had my girl from Sex and the City rocking it out, yo. Samantha was in there wilding out, man. Control, yeah. So I mean, it's definitely funny, yo.
Let me ask you a question. Who was your favorite character on Police Academy? It was a lot of them.
Mahoney, I had a couple. Mahoney was definitely my favorite, but the captain, you know, he to me makes Police Academy. He's fucking funny, yo. I mean, like this clip right here with this shit around his face. Oh, wait, but we going to that? Okay, go ahead. What happened?
I only had to step out real quick. We'll go pull up a picture.
It's all good. But look, this the scene right here with the megaphone when they put the shit on the megaphone because he kept talking all the time. And, he's talking to the captain, not even knowing he's got that shit on his face. This dude was so fucking good, and I didn't realize it until just recently. He is in The Mannequin. He's in The Mannequin.
Yeah, he was a cop in The Mannequin.
He was a cop in The
security
Mannequin.
Guard, the security guard.
Yes, he was security guard in The Mannequin. I completely forgot about that, yo. So
and he was basically playing the same character.
Yeah,
Police Academy.
He was playing the same character, man. He was playing the same character. Who was your favorite?
Tackleberry.
Tackleberry.
I don't know him and his fetish with guns, yo.
Yeah, the guy
that was
right
my
here,
guy.
Yeah.
I like Tackleberry. Close second is Bubba Smith because he was just like quiet, but every time he was menacing on there. But Laverne Hooks was funny too. She had the squeaky voice.
Yeah,
she tried to get, my favorite out of the whole Police Academy series was Citizens on Patrol. That was my
Citizens on Patrol is great. Isn't that when they get Steve Guttenberg?
They had Wildcat Goldberg.
Wildcat Goldberg. Yeah,
Wildcat. Yeah.
And it's him and the other guy with the glasses and their roommates.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they had like six police academies, yo.
They did. They did 4 really good ones before it started getting bad. So they did Police Academy 1, then they did Police Academy 2, their first assignment. Then they did Police Academy 3, Back in Training, which was great. And then they did Citizens on Patrol, which I think is number 4. Those are 4 really solid Police Academy movies. And after that, there's no more Mahoney. And that's when it wasn't the same no more. It wasn't really the same because you needed Mahoney with the captain. It was like those 2 polar opposites. It was just too good, man.
Yeah.
Ali, what do you?
I came earlier, but my bad, my allergies. Thank you, everybody, for being patient with us with that. But I was just gonna say, shout out to Blue Lagoon. That's all I got to really say.
Blue Lagoon, yo. When they walked in with
the bar, yo, when they walked
to the gay bar, yo.
The gay bar, yo.
Okay. I was so close to putting that up here, but I couldn't really get a good because it's in the dark, but I couldn't really get a good photo of it. But the Blue Lagoon is the best shit, yo.
Oh, this shit was funny, yo. Everything about Police Academy, like you said, the first 4 are definitely classes. They on point. They hit they do what they're supposed to do, just make you laugh, yo. We don't need no serious plots. We don't need this and that. We just need a half a storyline just to get through these jokes. Like, really, that's what. Let's just write a storyline so we can get through these jokes. And shout out to Police Academy for that, yo. I enjoyed it all.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chicago Cubs, RIP to George Gaines, Captain Eric Lassard. Okay, I did not know he passed away. So shout out to him, man. Yeah, I mean, he was funny too because he was like the captain that was complete dimwit. Like he didn't know what was going on. He was completely lost. But I love Police Academy, man. So just shout out to that. It was just fantastic. But look, I'm going to go through 4 other movies that came out in 1984 because it's jam packed. It's jam packed full of movies. And it is, man. It is. Here we go. Not G.I. Joe, but Purple Rain. There we go. Purple Rain came out in 1984. Crazy, yo. Starring Prince, Morris Day, and many others. And basically, it's kind of like an autobiography somewhat of Prince in Minneapolis. And kind of chronological is his life trying to make it in the club scene. The really cool thing about Purple Rain is it's a fantastic album, but this movie won an Oscar for Best Original Score, which is the song Purple Rain. So shout out to Prince. That's a huge accomplishment. I know y'all remember Purple Rain. Talk to me about it.
One of my favorite movies, man.
Yeah, ain't too much to talk about with that, yo. Classic.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I mean, Purple Rain got my man in the club. He actually owned the club. They shot the joint in with the Detroit Pistons hat. That's the only reason I know. The shades, and he did the, you know what I mean? That's all we need, yo. Shout out to Prince holding it down. Shout out to Morris Day, yo.
Yeah.
Morris Day is probably one of the coolest brothers who ever walked the earth, yo. I love me some Morris Day, yo. And I think, the movie, the acting wasn't bad in it. That's what made the movie good. Because the music was always going to be good. Because Prince is a musical genius.
Right.
But Morris Day actually acted well. Prince acted well. Apollonia acted well. It was just a good movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it deserved what it got. And I think this took Prince to like super duper star. He was already good, obviously. Yeah. Everybody knew he was a musical. But this just took him to another stratosphere with the movie and the soundtrack.
Yeah, I did. This is his second album. So, because his first album was 1999, and this was his second album coming out with the movie, it really did take him on another stratosphere. He was never the same again after this movie. He was Prince. For real. He was Prince after that. But one movie.
He worked. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, his lore, him establishing himself as Prince, made one of the worst movies ever, Under the Cherry Moon, which was like a horrible ass movie that nobody wants to remember. That was the black and white movie that he made. That was his passion piece that he made. That kind of made Purple Rain look like The Godfather, yo. So,
oh my God, Jabbar Robbins. I digress, man. I did not know Purple Rain was Prince's 6th album.
Yes, Prince came out like 79 was his first album.
Oh God, there you go, man. You got to grind, yo, because you just never know when it's going to be that one that's going to hit you out in the stratosphere. Damn, that's his 6th album. Holy shit!
And
there's a lot of great songs on this album, though.
Shout out to Vanity 6. Did that album? I don't even know. Did that?
It was Apollonia 6 at that time because Vanity wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, we did a video. We did one of the videos. Did it get cleared? I don't remember if we posted it up or not.
No, we did a video for Vanity 6.
Your back shit. Yeah, Nasty Girl.
Yeah, but Vanity is not in this movie. Apollonia is in the movie.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Thank you.
No,
Prince had them all looking the same.
They was running together after a while,
Yeah.
They had Sex Shooter. That was the song in the movie that they performed.
Oh, all right.
Shooting love in your direction.
Yeah.
But one thing before we go though, because we all need to. I mean, we are doing a thing here. Oh shit! I hate that I can't look at this one and do this one and do this one, man. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, brother. We on the productions. It's all good. And I see people in the comments, y'all. Thank y'all for correcting me. I appreciate it. 1999 was his 4th album. So he had an album in between this.
Yeah.
Purple Rain. Holy shit.
Yeah, Controversy came out in 81.
And the correct Corey and all of us. Hope they'll hear me in these fucking.
Thank you guys for correcting.
You guys purify us in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Minnetonka.
Yeah. That's one of the best lines in the movie, yo.
I need some purple glow around me right now. I need something. Let's go. Let's go. What's the next joint up, man?
Yo, the next joint up here. Look, we got to get to it. One of our favorite movies that we've talked about many times. Revenge of the Fucking Nerds came out in 1984, yo. This movie was the shit. This movie basically chronicles a group of nerds that go to Adams College and they're trying to stop themselves by being harassed by the alpha betas. And in doing that, they wind up becoming part of the Tri-Lambs. And then they have to go through this whole initiation process. There's so much about this movie. Then they have the end of the college year games that they have to compete in, and they have to all do their own thing to win. And whoever wins supposedly gets some voting rights on the campus. And it's all about really being accepted and nerds trying to triumph in the end. Look, there ain't nothing about this movie I don't like. This movie is funny from beginning to fucking end. Too many good parts. And we all know our favorite scene when they're doing their clap your hands, everybody clap your hands. It's lambda, and Omega moves. I love that part, yo.
Lamar stole the show, yo. This whole movie.
That's the shit right there. There it is.
Yeah, like from him posing with the javelin before he threw the javelin to him performing on stage, yo. Like he definitely stole the movie, yo.
I forgot about that, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you think so? I think Booger's still the movie. Booger's to me my favorite. Yo, Booger's the motherfucker. That's what, of course, is his favorite scenes in Lamb to Lamb. I mean, I definitely enjoyed the music video, and we got reaction to it.
I got like 3 favorite scenes,
but nah, yo, fucking Booger when he went up against your boy,
Ogre.
With the burping contest. Yeah, the burping contest.
Yeah.
But just, yo, I relate to Booger, yo. I'm a nasty motherfucker, yo. Shout out to us. Living in filth. Let's go. Hashtag that shit. Living in filth. No.
Look, man. Too many
Booger real name. His name was Curtis, yo. That's the first white man I ever heard named Curtis, yo.
Well, there it is.
Really? Damn, his name was Curtis.
That's why we relate, yo. That's why I relate.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Shout out to Revenge of the Nerds, man. You gotta love it. This is a classic movie, and they had Nerds in Paradise come after this, which was good, but everything after that was kind of fell off. But one person that came out in 1994 again with another hit, another banger, motherfucking Eddie Murphy, man. This guy was he was the king of 1980s, man. Beverly Hills Cop came out in 1984, premiered, another huge hit from Eddie Murphy, and it's a simple story. Detroit cop come to Beverly Hills to figure out who killed his partner, and he's a fish out of water, but it's so freaking good, man. I mean, I think Eddie Murphy's, he's still fairly young in this movie, but you can tell, man, his acting chops and his ability to ad lib, and it's just, this movie is a classic, and that's why they continue to do. They're going to do Beverly Hills Cop 20 if they could, honestly.
They might. It's funny. We both say Hiller. They might. You never know.
More about to come out.
Yeah,
they got another. Right. They got another one coming out.
4.
Yeah, another one's coming out this year on Netflix. It's called Axel.
My God. No,
I'm dead serious, yo.
It looked like what's the dude that be blowing up shit? It's not Bruckheimer. Who's the other dude that be blowing up everything?
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Michael Bay movie, yo.
Oh shit.
Well, honestly, yo, Eddie fucked already. He already fucked up coming to America, and they don't need to do this. In Beverly Hills Cop 3. I never saw it. My eyes burned. My bad. We just go.
I like Beverly Hills Cop 3. I know y'all don't like it.
And the theme park? Are you serious?
I liked it. Yeah. It wasn't my favorite though. 1 and 2 are my favorite. 3 is my least. Well,
let's talk about 1. We don't talk about.
Let's talk about 1. Let's go. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, but 1 is a classic all around. Like you said, definitely a fish out of water story. He comes to Beverly Hills. I mean, just from the get-go, we walking down the street, the music is playing, the soundtrack is fire on Beverly Hills Cop. It's a fire-ass soundtrack. He sees the motherfucker like the Michael Jackson shit, starts laughing. Like, everything about it is just straight comedy to me, you know, from the beginning to the end. And it's a good story. And we got his police sergeant in Detroit. The loud black man just cussing. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Always.
I have a band. What's his name? Peter. I don't know. Peter.
Riser.
Riser. Yeah. Riser. Paul Riser. I said Peter. Paul Riser. Yo, he was his partner in Detroit. Yeah. Like, you know.
Oh my God.
He had the car. Like, he ended up doing bad other shit. Like, he had the big TV show and shit. Yo.
I completely forgot.
Mad about you.
Yeah, mad about you. Yep. Yeah. So shout out to Beverly Hills Cop. It's a classic all around. And Balky. Shout out to Balky.
Yeah, he was in it.
That's one of the best scenes ever.
Yeah.
For sure.
The movie was, I mean, I gotta echo everything y'all said, yo. Everything was good. From him just winning over everybody. Like he won over, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The Bogomil, you know what I'm saying? Billy. Taggart, all of, but when he was put the banana in the tailpipe, like he set out
banana in the tailpipe.
He was like,
What,
We
you
met
mean
the other,
banana
the
in the
second,
tailpipe?
the real team out in front of Victor Maitland's house. He's like, we're not going to call him for a banana in the tailpipe. He's like, man, you've been hanging around.
He said, you got to talk with some more bass in your voice. Man, you doing
Look,
banana in the
man.
tailpipe.
Yeah, but I mean, this
Give
movie
that
was
banana in the
good. I
tailpipe.
mean, it had people in it that I've saw. If you ever watched Rambo: First Blood, I mean, Part 2, the main villain in it, he was the main villain in Beverly Hills Cop. Yo, he played Victor Maitland in Beverly Hills Cop. Then he was a guy that Sylvester Stallone was fighting in First Blood Part 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
then
I didn't realize that until I went back and watched Beverly Hills Cop. I was like, oh shit, that's the villain in Rambo.
Facts. And then the Victor Maitland, his bodyguard, he was in Breaking Bad. He was Mike. What was Mike's last name in Breaking Bad, Ollie?
Yeah, I didn't watch
Who's
Breaking Bad.
Who's Mike's name in Breaking Bad? The old guy in Breaking Bad.
His name was Mike.
Somebody, like, it was some long ass name. But he played, he was in it too. He was a young version in there. But Eddie Murphy is probably one of the best comedic actors. Do you think this is the best buddy movie, cop movie?
I think I will put it up there. I like it. I think it's better than 48 Hours, actually. Yeah, I think it's better than 48 Hours.
I think this is I think 48 Hours is more gritty.
Yeah,
this one is
probably the best buddy cop movie. Yeah, I would agree. Lethal Weapon comes close, but it doesn't have the funny in it like this does. This is able to mix the campiness with the seriousness. It just does it so well. It's because Eddie Murphy is such a fucking genius, yo. I mean, that shit is good.
Yeah, and was good too as Billy. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was real stern and but tackle. But just real quick, we got a comment here from Karen. Hey Karen, shout out to Karen. They said Eddie is so damn gifted. True that. Have you seen him with Jerry Seinfeld on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Yes,
I have. That's really good if you haven't seen that. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's just them two in a car, and they're talking about everything, driving to a coffee shop, and it's really interesting. I can't remember half the stuff they were talking about, but it's got some personal questions in there about Eddie, but they do talk about one thing in there that really blew my fucking mind was when Eddie Murphy had like Bill Cosby almost tried to railroad him in the very early part of his career because Bill Cosby didn't like that he cussed. So he said it threw him off because he was such a fan of Bill Cosby. So he said after a set, he couldn't understand why Bill Cosby came to him like, stop that cussing, and you about to fuck it up. And I was shocked by that. But then again,
hold up. You had to know that because that was Eddie Murphy's set, yo. He was like, when Bill Cosby called him, he was like, you can't say Phil Farm Filth. Eddie said, Phil Farm Filth.
Yeah.
He was like, you can't say fuck. So Eddie was saying, I was disheartened. I called Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor like, tell him I said have a Coke and a Smile. Shut the fuck up. You remember that?
Yeah, he's like, you selling arenas? He's like, you selling what? The people laughing? Fuck Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
The best advice you can get now. Bill Cosby had to do the Phil Far Fluff. He did the pill. Pill. No.
Yeah.
Magic and the elixir. Make it happen.
Damn, yo.
I hope I didn't freeze. I hope I'm still here. Can you guys still see me? I'm good.
No, you good. We good.
So
we got so much
now,
to get through.
Yeah. Now this,
now you frozen.
Records. Now there is one particular movie that I want to talk about that didn't break records, but it definitely was an impactful movie. It didn't break records, but the movie is called Breakin. Breakin came out in 1984, and it actually was a huge hit, even though it didn't go into the top 15 and top 20 because there's so many other good ones, but it was a big hit compared to the budget and the amount of money that it bring in. It stars Turbo and Ozone. Kelly is the female. She's a young dancer who comes across Turbo and Ozone and gets enamored by the way of dancing out in the street. And next thing you know, she wants to learn how to dance. And the next thing you know, she then became part of the troupe. Dancing and shit, choreography. I don't know how the fuck she was able to beat them in the dance battle, but somehow she was. But this movie to me was very monumental because for me growing up, it was very impactful because I had no idea what breaking was until I saw this movie. And it really opened my mind up to it. And I loved it. So I'll give a quick hip hop lesson on breaking that I just recently found out. And you guys probably already know Phenom and Ollie, but look. So breaking or break dancing is because DJ Kool Herc was a DJ in New York, and every time he DJ parties, he always liked to play the part of the song that played the instrumental and the beats mostly. And he figured out a way to make that shit loop. So he used to always play what they call the breaks. That was the break of the song.
Don't tell me you really just learned that shit.
I'm telling you, this is what I found out. This is what I found out. That's why I say you may already know it. He used to play the break of the song. Now, if I don't know it, there could be some of the people on here that don't know it, but he used to play the break of the song. But I never knew that the reason why they call it break dancing was because the people would dance on the breaks, this way of dancing. So they were called break dancers. I literally just found that out like 4 months ago when DJ Kool Herc got nominated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is a fantastic tribute to DJ Kool Herc. He's really the godfather of hip hop, for real, for real. He really started it all. But that was my first introduction into breaking, and I really love this movie. I don't know if y'all guys loved it, but I fucking loved it. Phenom, what about you?
No, he said, I don't know if y'all love. No, go ahead.
I don't know if you loved it.
I would say this. I loved all the dancing in it, but the acting was horrific. When I say horrific, oh my gosh, yo, it is so bad. But the breaking, so it's called break beats. That's what you were referring to, Corey. But the dancing,
that hurt my heart,
emulated all that stuff.
Look, I learned something new every day.
I said that hurt my heart, Corey. You keep talking.
He didn't have cable.
I learned something new every day.
He grew up in the country. He had cable. But no, I mean, I watched I watched Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo like a month ago. It was on TV. I was like, oh shit, I ain't seen this. The dancing, phenomenal. Storylines, trash. But I understand what it did for the culture though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a big movie for the culture. It put breaking in the forefront and everybody was doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it took it from just being in the box on the East Coast. It made it, worldwide.
Global.
And I think that's a big thing to make. A big point to make as far as hip hop goes. This was hip hop and all this was an East Coast thing at this time in '84. It was still an East Coast thing. It was making its way to the West Coast, but the West Coast took it totally different. And it wasn't even, of course they got breakdancing and rapping in this, but just as far as like the styles and this and that, like the West Coast, they had their own mix on it. Like when it comes to any type of music or any type of thing, whether music, food, or what have you, everybody's gonna have their own twist on it. So the West Coast had their own twist on it. And shout out to Breakin. Breakin was a motherfucking class to me. I mean, motherfuckers could talk about the acting on it, but like, guess what? When I was watching it at the time, the acting, I thought it was good. Like, of course, I can go back and watch that shit now, but you know how many movies I love as a child? I can go back now and feel like they're trash. So I'm not gonna go on the acting. I just gotta put that out there, But you know how I do, y'all. Y'all be
I'm the same way.
Y'all say I'm a hater. I'm like the designated hater, but y'all be hating, y'all. I'll be like, what the fuck, y'all? Come on, man.
Me? I know y'all ain't. I barely hate anything.
Corey don't hate. I used to hate a lot. I don't hate as much, but
I can't say Corey because Corey doesn't hate anything. He just doesn't agree with anything. And shout out to
Ice-T. Look at early Ice-T is in this shit.
And
no.
And Tony was on here one time. We went to an 80s party one time. But I didn't have no outfit. But Tony dressed up as
Turbo.
Turbo. And he did the breakdancing scene and had to do the broom for him, because the broom scene, that's just fucking classic, beyond classic. So I mean, You know
room scene.
the
You can see it right here in the right hand corner, right there, the right hand corner,
oh my bad. But you ain't gonna have me
right here.
in nothing. I don't know what my head corner. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That I ain't gonna lie, Corey. That's how I knew you ain't in hip hop. Yo, nobody cares about the broom scene until he's outside. Yo, he's just like, woo, man. Corey, we don't have to give you some lessons on the low, man. I love you. It's a lot of shit you can teach me on. It's a lot of shit. No, it's a lot of shit you can teach me on too, though. So I don't mean it like that. You know what I mean?
Nah, you good. Look, I grew up in the country. Honestly, this was my first exposure to anything hip hop related. I had no idea what hip hop was until I saw this movie, and I was like enamored by it. I literally remember coming out of the movie theater trying to break dance because it had inspired me that much. I came out of the movie theater breakdancing because I loved it that much. But you know, I
gotta give a shout out.
Go ahead.
The
don't do the inside thing. It's all about the outside. Go ahead, Court.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right. These guys that passed away. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Shabba-Doo passed away, but do you know what TV show he was on prior to breaking? You got to know this, Corey.
No clue.
Ali, you know
who's that?
It's classic Shabba-Doo.
I don't know. High School Musical. I don't know.
Ozone. You know, Turbo. The light skin, the dark skinned dude.
Ozone. But they did all the pop locking.
Yeah.
He was in What's Happening, yo. Remember when Rerun joined the Rockets?
Nah, bro. I don't remember.
You've never seen that, yo.
The singing group where he did the
yes,
show?
He was breaking with them. Yes.
Yeah. So when he was part of that when Rerun was breakdancing. Oh, well, I remember.
Because they went on TV or whatever. Like, I remember that, but I know
it's one of the best episodes of What's Happening, yo. Like,
I know the episode. I know the episode, but I
didn't know he was there though.
I didn't know he was there. Yeah, I'm with Corey. I didn't know he was there. Yeah, I know the episode.
Yeah, so he was with the group. So he's a dance with the shorty Tony or Terry, Tony whatever, yo. She did Old Mickey, You So Fine. She was a dancer too. You know what I'm saying? So she used to run with them
party all the time.
Hey, Mickey. Yeah. So that was the episode where Rerun was trying out for breaking, and then they made him get in the group because he was fat. They thought he'd be like a comedic part of it, but he can really break.
Front. Yeah, he came to the front.
He can break dance. Yeah, he can move.
But then Raj ended up doing it and start fucking up everything because they knew they was in on the joke with Rerun being fat. The Lockers, that's what it was. I said the Rockets, the Lockers.
The Lockers. Okay, yeah, good. Thank you, that Jabbar. Thank you for that. But look, we've gone through a lot of movies.
My bad.
We've gone through a lot of movies, and one thing about movies is, with all these movies came the iconic cable channel HBO. Gotta love it, man. HBO came, it conquered. Every time HBO came on, I freaking loved it. And you guys, just hold me for a second because I'm gonna try to cue this up and play something, and you guys, I wonder if you guys will probably be able to hear this. Hopefully, y'all guys, if you remember this, you knew some shit was about to go down. This takes me back, man.
Classic.
Love this.
That's so classic, yo.
Man, major classic, yo. Whenever that came on in 1984, you knew it was about to go fucking down, man. You knew it was about to go down, like big time.
This is why I remember it, yo. HBO boxing, the special presentation used to come up. They used to play that shit. And you had to go run and get your popcorn. Yeah, you knew you heard that music. You had to run and get all your shit together so you can sit down and watch, yo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts, man. That's fact. That's facts, yo.
Yes,
love that. Go ahead.
No, it's
Go ahead, Alan.
definitely classic. I mean, hey, shit.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely a classic, man.
Oh,
Another great thing that came out. It actually
right. No, I thought you
debuted
was
in
going to talk
1980.
about it. My bad. I thought you was going to talk about it.
I mean, I thought you was going to talk about it.
But no, I thought you was going to talk. I was going to let you. I ain't want to step in your shit. But shout out to
you good.
Aretha Franklin, because honestly, just the shit, at my like this is what we used to, because we ain't had HBO at the house. But some shit we go to my grandma, my grandma's house. Like, oh shit, like I only saw my grandma's house. And shout out to Brandon Jones, because he's right, the intro was better than the movie a lot of times.
Facts.
I just say usually, Brandon, you might be stretching it.
But the intro was so good though.
But a lot of times it could be more than it should have been.
Well, I think another way of saying what Brandon says, I don't think they were always better than the movie, but it would get you really hyped before the movie. Yeah. Like it would get you so hyped just seeing that. It's an iconic intro, and they played that intro for many years on HBO. It was just that damn good. I mean, it really was. Some people have put some great stuff of HBO shows.
Yeah, they out here having. I'm about to stop listening to y'all and get into this chat. They talking about Taxi Cab Confessions, good, real
man. Look, that was some good shit on Taxi Cab Confessions, yo.
Yeah, that shit's
love that shit.
They're like, hey, can you sign this consent form? Oh, I'm gonna be on TV. After they just spill their whole.
And I like because it was a lot realer back then, because that was before everybody had like all the social media and this and that. So
yes,
it was before. Like now, if you go on reality TV, anything, even for a second, you just know how it could be perceived out into the world. Back then, it was just like, oh, what? We in this cab, drunk after the club. Yo, yeah, I'll sign it. Let's go here. I'm gonna tell you everything. You know what I mean? Like
everything was a little loose back then, yo.
Yeah, it was different, but it was different time because you could say all that shit. Yeah, some people might see it. You might get in a little bit of trouble, but won't there be a whole motherfucking hundreds of thousands of people be like, "Yo, you see what they said?" Like, you know what I mean? It's a different type of pressure because they were like, "Yeah, you see that they people calling your job and shit now, like all that shit." Like even people I don't like that say dumb shit, yo. Like, come on, yo. I ain't about to troll and do all that bullshit. Nah. All right, Karen.
Oh,
Karen. Okay, Karen. Karen.
Hey, yo, Real Sex is one of the best shows they ever did on HBO, yo. Because them shits were really good, yo. I used to sneak and watch them shits late at night.
Yeah. No, that was really good. Really educational, yo. You learn some shit, yo. You learn there's some crazy motherfuckers out there that go in the woods and have like cults and shit and get naked and start doing tantric sex and shit, yo.
Yeah.
Like, there's a workshop for everything, yo.
Yeah. I remember what shit they had motherfuckers dressing up like horses and motherfuckers just running around the yard like with a horse head and shit. I was like, yo, what the hell?
Man.
Look, that's how you know it's something out there for everybody, yo.
It is.
Like, whatever you want, it's something out there for you.
I seen one where this guy had to have sex with balloons in the room. So he had to blow up balloons. He had to have balloons in the room in order to have sex because he liked the way it like made noises. But look, there's something out there for everybody, yo. There's a fetish for everybody.
Everybody. You name it, we got it. You love it, you love it, I like it, yo. Fucking, I don't care. Oh, shit, my damn camera went out. I know, fucked up.
It's all good. Look, we about to do this. HBO introduced something else that was a really iconic show that came out in 1983, but skyrocketed in 1984, and that's Fraggle Rock, man. Look, I can hear the motherfucking intro of this theme song right now. It was so freaking awesome. I absolutely loved it. It was one hell of a show. Fraggle Rock was my shit. I watched the hell out of Fraggle Rock, man. And who doesn't know that theme song? Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Let your music play. Down at Fraggle Rock. Come on.
Yeah. One more time for the people.
One more time. Dance your cares away. Worries for another day. Let your music play. Down at Fraggle Rock. Come on, yo. Who doesn't know that song?
Down at Fraggle Rock. That's how it was, yo. Yeah. No, I used to watch that shit religiously. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was cool to have like a real person. You never saw his face. He had the dog that saw the Fraggles, but the dude never saw it, yo. Yeah, it was.
They
good.
called it Space. It was Space because they had to go through the whole
to get to it. Yeah. Fraggle Rock was fire. Yo. I can't lie, yo. And honestly, I only saw a few episodes growing up. And I just said, like when I went to my grandma's house, like you know what I mean. That's when you see Fraggle Rock because HBO and all that shit, yo. So shout out to them, man. That was motherfucking classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that song, it's no beat in that song. Like you said,
the song is classic, yo. The song is classic. I love it. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, Fraggle Rock. Down the Fraggle Rock. Oh shit, I'm losing.
Oh, I'm knocking stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it don't matter. We don't keep rolling.
Yeah, Jim Henson's really, really struck gold with this one, man. I mean, this is. I watched this. I could probably watch this today. I don't watch it now, but I could literally go back and watch this and be like, damn, man, this is a feel-good show. This is a feel-good show. Yeah. But one thing that were feel-good shows, we're going to transition from the stuff that was really good as growing up as kids. So, you know, this is kind of like like Ali said, our formative years, these years where a lot of stuff is happening. There were popular weekday cartoons that debuted in 1984 and skyrocketed in 1984. And one major cartoon that skyrocketed in 1984 was Transformers, a weekday cartoon premiered in 1984. It was an animated series. I keep it real simple. It was a war between the Autobots and the Decepticons. I mean, everybody knows what Transformers is because they made thousands and thousands of movies. But this came out in 1984. But I do want to switch to something else, and we'll transition through these. There are other weekday cartoons that skyrocketed because we can't talk about Transformers. I'll talk about G.I. Joe. My man Roadblock in the middle, looking all cool and the shit, and Snake Eyes, yo. He's my favorite. Yeah. Now, G.I. Joe premiered in 1983, but it only premiered with the miniseries that was only 5 episodes. But the miniseries did so good that they brought it back in 1984, and the rest is history. So 1984 is a really strong year for G.I. Joe. Look, it's G.I. Joe. We already know about G.I. Joe. And another show that premiered in 1984 was Inspector Gadget. Wouldn't you know, man? This is a banner year, yo. There's so much shit that has come out in 1984, but we're just going to highlight these 3. So let's go back. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Inspector Gadget, Phenom. Talk to me about it.
I mean, I watched all of them. G.I. Joe was probably my favorite. I had every G.I. Joe on Earth. Transformers, I used to love Transformers. I think the Transformer movie fucked me up. Know what I'm saying? With Optimus Prime.
But definitely got the greatest theme song ever, though.
Yeah. Transformers.
Which Transformers?
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the fucking oh my god, I'm gonna brain fart. I guess that's the greatest theme song ever.
You got the touch. That's what it is.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Yeah. But the movie comes out in 1986, so we'll get to that. But let's just, stick with the cartoon show. I thought the animated series was fantastic. So if you've ever watched, go on Netflix, you'll find out about how this whole thing started. This is actually, it started in Japan, but it got integrated by the Americans when they realized that Japan was making these toys similar to this. And they was like, holy shit, this is really dope. And this is how this all started. But it's a fantastic story that is going on to this day. G.I. Joe, on the other hand, great story, great intro. I can sing the intro, right? Yeah, I'm not going to sing it. But I can sing the intro.
You can sing the intro, but don't say what you're about to say.
What am I about to say?
I know where you're going with it.
Keep going.
Okay. G.I. Joe, I really loved it. I thought it was great. Roadblocks, Snake Eyes, Flint. I mean, look, I absolutely loved it. There's nothing I can say wrong, but except it lasted for about 3 years before it started to fall off with but anything does. And Inspector Gadget, I mean, who doesn't love Inspector Gadget? I mean, that shit was just the bomb. I mean, if it wasn't for Penny and the dog, he would have never made it ever in those episodes.
I mean, they were the brains behind that, the whole operation.
Absolutely.
No, I just say, because you said Transformers on the other hand, I thought you was about to, G.I. Joe on the other hand, he was about to trash their movies. You got close to it. You was like, yeah, it was lasted, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll keep it moving. Fuck that. I like the G.I.
I
Joe
love
movie.
G.I. Joe the movie. What I was going to say is
No, not the cartoon.
like-
I like the real movies. But go ahead. The
Oh,
live
no.
action Marlon Wayans.
okay.
I am the
Yeah.
one. Send your arrows this way. I like the I like G.I. Joe the movie. They was in Paris saving the motherfucking Eiffel Tower. The shit scroll. I fucks with it. But go,
Awful.
but I try.
Go ahead, yo. Go down
No.
your memory lane of these great weekday cartoon shows.
But all of them, like Transformers for sure was fire. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Transformers, more than meets the eyes. Transformers, robots in disguise.
It's catchy, man.
Transformers is definitely a fire ass show. I will say this: if it came out in '84, I'm glad I wasn't really into it in '84 because I tried to rewatch like that first season. The first half of that season is trash.
Oh, Transformers.
Yes,
Yeah,
beyond
same with G.I.
trash.
Joe, yo.
And I was
G.I.
like,
Joe had a couple of sketchy
I tried
episodes.
to introduce my son to. I was like, "Yo, Transformers, fire!" Then I was like, watching that shit. I was like, "Oh, this shit is horrible." Like,
Yeah.
but definitely, like, I mean, once you get past that, like, I mean, it's one of the GOAT cartoons ever. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, you
but,
can tell they got their legs underneath them a little more.
Once they
and-
figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But I got a question for y'all though, because
Mhm.
this another cartoon came out in '84 was Voltron. Know what I'm saying?
Yes, it did.
Voltron
Yes, it
was
did.
the Power Rangers before Power Rangers. Know what I'm saying?
Damn sure
And-
was,
and-
yo.
And if you didn't have that Voltron toy, you was missing out, yo.
I had it. Did you have it?
I definitely had it, yo.
Yeah, that shit was
Damn,
the
right.
shit, yo.
I had the black one. He was like the leg, and then my
I only had a leg and an arm, yo.
y'all was living that life. I was
Yeah, I got
Behind
lucky,
your
yo.
face.
I got lucky, yo.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I got lucky, man. Voltron, Chicago Cubs. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Voltron, man. That shit was the shit. That was the shit. Yeah, but it came out in 1984. That's the thing. There's so much that came out in 1984. It's incredibly a great year for everything, man. I mean, really, we just went over movies, but there's a lot of cartoons that came out in 1984. So those are just weekday cartoons, which there were a lot, but we're just tackling on just a few. But there are some Saturday morning cartoons that premiered in 1984 that we got to talk about. So here we go. First one, the Muppet Babies. The Muppet Babies came out in 1984.
Shit.
Yeah. Yo, look, I'm not gonna lie. Jim Henson's Muppet Babies. I was watching this as a kid in 1984. I fucking loved it. It's basically the Muppets as babies being babysat and just having hijinks and using their imagination to have adventures, man. I mean, it was a good show, and the theme song was great. The intro was great, yo.
Oh, that was
I love
that
Muppet
theme
Babies,
song
yeah.
is beyond fire, yo.
Muppet
Babies.
Theme song is
Making
incredible, yo.
dreams come true. Muppet Babies will do the same for you.
You know what I'm talking about.
I like
When
adventure.
your world is kind of
Oh,
weird,
you know what else?
you weren't there. Oh, yo.
Stars and make believe
And you can be
anywhere.
anywhere. I like adventures. No, come on. Everybody knows that theme song. If you were watching as a kid growing up, come on, yo. Great thing. Yeah, Bones. Bones. Yo, shout out, yo. It's a great theme song, yo. No lie. Bro.
Yeah,
It definitely.
It's crazy because honestly, I don't know if I was watching this when I was like at the age like when it came out because I know it came on like Nickel. I don't know if it was Nickelodeon. It came on one of them channels like repeat over and over. You know what I mean? But I was surprised it came out this early. I was like, oh, 84. Then I was like, yo, fucking, I'm old. Nah, I'm realizing I'm old, yo. I'm just an old motherfucker.
Go ahead,
nah, this definitely had a great theme song, great show.
Hell yeah.
And my shorty with the stockings, yo. That's probably why I got my stockings fetish now, yo. Out to you. I'm like, no, pull them socks up, girl. Pull them socks up over the calf.
We never saw past her knees. That was it. Nanny was her name.
Yeah.
You know?
Did she have striped socks?
She had striped socks. They were like green and white striped socks. Yeah. Never saw past her knees, yo. That's all. Because every time she came in the door, that's when they're looking at a nanny right now and be like, "Oh yeah, yes, nanny," and they go back to playing again and shit. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh man, love it.
We only need them to the knees, so that's all. Let's go. Sorry, I was just talking.
Another great show that premiered in 1984. A lot of people may not know this, but unfortunately, this was only out one season. But it made an impact on me because I remember this show. The show was motherfucking Turbo Teen. Look, I really loved it. So if you don't know, Turbo Teen is a simple show. It's this kid named Brett Matthews, and all of a sudden he gets caught in this laser that gives him the ability to turn into a car. And it's fucking amazing. I love this show, man. It was only out one season, but sometimes that just happens, man. Sometimes it just happens. You guys remember Turbo Teen?
That shit was trash, yo.
You didn't like Turbo Teen. Maybe that's why I was out 1 year.
Yeah, because people like me was calling it trash. They said, "Nah, we can't do this."
Yeah, look, it premiered in 1984. I mean, look, there's some good ones and some bad ones. That's why I was out 1 year. But I tell you one thing that was good. This was out for a long time, man.
Hold up, man. I got something to say. Turbo Teen was fire. Go ahead.
Let's go back to it.
We'd be like, a lot of people may not know yet. They don't know because it's only one season. I like Turbo Teen. I remember that. It was when he used to sweat. Was it his sweat?
When the temperature got hot. Yeah, he would get hot.
You're like, hello, shit. It's like, fuck you, Phenom. I love you, though, my brother.
That shit was trash, man.
That shit was fire.
Good boy, yo.
Honestly, he says I really have no arguments against him except for it's fine though. I like it. I liked it. It might have been trash. My bad. Go ahead. There you go.
Yo, I liked it. So look, I think we can all agree though that this show wasn't trash. I did like Alvin the Chipmunks. I mean, I watched that show quite a bit. The theme song was iconic. I mean, the Chipmunks had been out for a while, but this was kind of like their second or third homecoming coming around, and it premiered in 1983, but really took off in 1984.
Yeah, so, I love the Chipmunk movie, yo, when it came out later on the 80s, yo.
That was a good movie.
I watched that movie religiously when they had to find the diamonds that was hitting in the little chipmunks across the world, yo. I used to love that shit. Yo.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. What about you?
I mean, can you really say bad about Chipmunks? I can talk. Alvin did on all of them. I mean, you know what I mean? They've been revamped, redid about 1 billion times, so you already know what it is.
Yeah. Smurfs came out. This also was popular in
Smurfs came out in 84?
They actually came out in 83, but it skyrocketed in 1984 because there are some things that might premiere that year, but the ratings have to kind of catch up to the show. So at this time, this is when everybody's caught up to the Smurfs, like, oh shit, the Smurfs is on Saturday morning. So, and actually the Chipmunks and the Smurfs were in 2 time slots kind of back to back at each other. So if you was watching one, you were rolling on to the other. And it was a great show, man. The funny thing about the Smurfs is, I don't know what was the thing with Gargamel and these damn Smurfs. Like, what the fuck was it about the Smurfs that he wanted them so fucking bad? But either way, it was a great show, and I freaking loved it, man. The Smurfs show. I like the Smurfs. It was a dope show.
Yeah. Every time you say Gargamel, yo, I never look at that name the same ever again, yo. Shout out to Sam, yo. I mean, Sam gave this dude a nickname in college.
Oh yeah,
called him Gargamel Terrence, yo.
Oh yeah, that's y'all know.
We can't. You don't put it in public. We can't put that in public.
And now they don't know who Terrence I'm talking about unless Terrence don't know Gargamel, yo. Yeah, they called him Gargamel Terrence, yo. I'm like, what guy?
That's funny as fuck because I do remember that.
But yeah, no, the Smurfs was good, yo. Was it in the same block as with the gummy bears and all that stuff?
Gummy bears came on earlier, and I
thought it was in the same block. Was it not in the same block?
So the block of time that was coming out on Saturday,
Gummy Bears was
8:30 to 11. So Gummy Bears was on the earlier block, like 8:30 and 9 o'clock. They came on like around 10. So it was either 10 to 10:30 or 9:30 to 10. But Gummy Bears was on earlier, like 8:30 to 9. So
maybe I'm misremembering. I thought Gummy Bears came out lot later than 84.
But Gummy Bears did come out a lot later than 84, but the Smurfs was on for 10 years. So the Smurfs was on until like 1992, 1993. So it was on.
Yeah, because Gummy Bears came out in 89, 90.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is 85.
Oh no, I guess it premiered in 85. Yeah, there you go. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
So we'll talk about it.
See, well, damn, I didn't know Gummy Bears came out that early because I definitely watched Gummy Bears later on. I used to watch this shit after school. Too. And see, I watched Gummy Bears after school. But shout out to Smurfs. Shout out to as somebody said, yo, Smurfette.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh no. This motherfucking somebody posted a comment. Fuck. Yeah, because somebody posted a comment. Move down. Yo,
there we go. There we go.
Smurf. You want Smurfette?
I know. Damn.
And she was out there trying to be the like she motherfucking throw a little thigh and all that shit.
Yeah, she would get them Smurfs to do anything for her, yo.
Yeah, Smurfette was out there wilding.
Yeah, definitely was. So two more really popular cartoons that came out. We're gonna move on, then we're gonna get to something that we all like before we get to that. So two other cartoons that came out in that were really hot in 1984: Spiderman and His Amazing Friends. Don't know if you guys remember that. And Mr. T came out in Mr. T came out in 1983, but it reached its height in 1984. It was only out for 3 seasons. So it was out in 1983, 1984, and 1985. So it reached its height in 1984. The thing about Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends is Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends actually started in 1980. But when they took it off in 1982, people were demanding for it to come back so much that they started it again from 1984 to 1986. So this was actually the first time that I got introduced into the X-Men was actually on this cartoon. I had no idea what the X-Men were until I actually watched this cartoon and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. There you go. But Mr. T, man, let's get to that shit. What the fuck, yo? I read that Mr. T was the coach of these gymnasts. I never knew that when I was a kid. I thought he was a bodyguard. I never knew he was a coach. So do y'all, I know you guys remember the show.
I remember the show. I don't remember. Because now you tell me the premise of it. Like with
the premise of the show is,
I can't remember the premise.
Honestly, he was a coach of these gymnasts, and they would literally go around the world and solve crimes. It was kind of odd, yo. It was an odd show, but look, Mr. T was hot at the time, so they gave him this Mr. T cartoon, and Mr. T cartoon was this shit because they had Mr. T cereal, Mr. T everything at this time. But look, it's just more so if you guys remember it. If you do, great. If you don't, somebody else does.
Yeah. I know. I definitely remember Mr. T and all his glory. Yes, and I knew he was the coach. That's why to me it was funny. I was because why the fuck is Mr. T coaching fucking gymnastics? Yo, that shit.
I know because he ain't got a gymnastic bone in his body right now.
Yeah. This motherfucker can't even get in an airplane. How the fuck he gonna do a flip? How's he gonna do a quadruple? I don't even know what the fuck to say.
Quadruple somersault or what?
Yeah, like this motherfucker want to get in the airplane, yo. So it is what it is. I mean, there's basically Shaggy and but a little bit more serious. That's all it was. Scooby, because I think they even had a van. Didn't they have a van? Did they roll around an 18 van? Oh no, they didn't.
They rolled around on a charter bus.
Oh,
everywhere. It was crazy. Yeah, they would fly a plane and get a charter bus and ride around everywhere and solve crimes. I don't know. It was. I love the show. I remember it was great. But one thing that came out, Mr. T is my segue into this because something else premiered in 1984 that Mr. T got involved in 1985, and that is motherfucking NWA premiered in 1984 on Saturday morning on television. So this really kicked off my Saturday morning. This was the last block. Actually, the way it started as Turner or Jim Crockett Promotions actually struck a deal with the television to actually get this on Saturday morning. And this was the first time that NWA got this national exposure, introducing us to the likes of Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Sting, the Road Warriors, the Four Horsemen, Barry Windham. The list goes on and on. So this is look, I was watching wrestling from here on out. I couldn't wait for wrestling to come on Saturday mornings. We'll go around the horn. We're big wrestling fans. Phenom 202. What say you?
I mean, I'm a big Dusty Rhodes fan. So seeing Dusty Rhodes on TV every night, every Saturday morning was phenomenal, yo. And Ric Flair is Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? I was in the WWF, you know what I'm saying? They was already out. So when the NWA started coming on, I was in it too. And I used to live in Texas when like Kerry Von Erich and them wasn't even on like the big networks yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I started seeing all these different leagues come up, and you start seeing Ric Flair on TV, you start seeing Sting, Dusty Rhodes, Ole and Arn Anderson, dog, I was over the moon, yo. And that's when I thought wrestling was,
real. Like real, yeah.
But let a wrestler tell it now. No, it is real. Like, I know the injuries is real, the athleticism is real, but the storylines, you know what I'm saying? I really thought people hated it.
Yeah, and I done said on the channel many times, yo. I fucked with the NWA hard, pause, because I thought it was real. It's funny because I thought the WWF was fake. I was like, WWF is fake. That's just not whatever. I was a kid. NWA was real. Like NWA motherfuckers really hitting each other, but WWF, all this shit, Hulk Hogan, because it was also color. It was also like colorful, like I just say cartoon. This is like bright. It was like so. I was a kid, but WWF was definitely sold towards kids, and NWA was more towards the hardcore wrestler fan. And NWA had all my favorite wrestlers from Ric Flair to Dusty Rhodes, like Sting. Really, Sting. Sting was like you could honestly, yo, you could tell me Sting could do no wrong for me, yo. He was the shit.
Sting was the shit.
Even though he did the same shit as your boy, the put the legs up in the back. What's his name, yo?
The sharpshooter.
He did the Scorpion Deathlock.
Bret Hart. Scorpion Deathlock. It's the sharpshooter. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? I don't even know who came out first, so I had to say he might have stole it from him. But I'm just saying, Sting was like one of my favorite wrestlers, and they had the Four Horsemen. I can't talk. Four Horsemen is the greatest group ever assembled. And I'm not talking about with Lex. I fuck with Lex. Nah, Lex might have been. But once you got Ole and Arn, yo, that's all you need, yo. The Anderson brothers and Ric Flair. What the fuck?
Can't forget Tully Blanchard, yo.
You know, I think
Blanchard, there you go. And you know,
my favorite is when Tully Blanchard was in
close
there.
to Ali, so I was like, yo, I fuck with Ole. Ole will fucking do some bullshit. Oh, I'm gonna hit you with the spine buster. Oh God, yo, that's my bad.
Brain buster, yeah. Spine buster, brain buster, whatever, yo.
My favorite Four Horsemen iteration was Tully Blanchard, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Barry Windham. That's my favorite Horseman iteration.
He said Barry Windham. That's
yeah.
Yeah, that was after. I just said that's throwback.
Yeah,
man.
that was just my favorite. You know, that was my favorite. Go ahead, Phoenix.
I mean, say something? No, Barry. I remember Barry Windham. It was him and Mike Rotunda. They were a tag team.
They were a tag team. Yeah, U.S. Express or something like that. Yeah.
But the Road Warriors.
Yeah, no, they started there. That's what they Animal and Hulk.
Best tag team ever.
Animal and Hulk. Definitely best theme music, best tag team, best everything.
Yeah, best intro, best look. I mean, coming out with the spikes on the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Incredible, yo. Incredible. Man.
Yeah.
So
I mean, wrestling back then, we could talk wrestling all night if we could. But I would say this though. Wrestling, I think in the 80s hit its peak, then it dipped. And then WWE, FG, all them shits towards the end of the 90s resurfaced and took it to what it is today.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The Attitude Era.
Yeah, the Attitude Era brought it back, definitely. You're right. Yeah. This is wrestling at its peak in 80s, is 84 to probably like 80, 91. I would give it like 91. And then it took a dive. Bad dive for about good 5 years. And right around in 96, 97, 98, 99, the Attitude Era, it just blew the fuck up again. So
yeah, because the Attitude, I know I'm the one to say we can't talk too much wrestling because we talk wrestling every time wrestling comes up, we talk a lot. But It's funny, the Attitude Era came back, but you know what got me back into wrestling before the Attitude Era was the NWA motherfucker.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
The who?
Goldberg was who
Was
got
in
me back
WCW.
into wrestling in WCW, which was NWA. Like, you know.
Mhm.
And then I kind of switched over to WWE, WWE, you know what I mean? Because they was the one like popping still, like with the Attitude Era. But when Goldberg got introduced, that's kind of when I got like, I was like, yo, this motherfucker's doing that spear and shit. That shit used to be hype. You'd be like,
that spear
damn,
was lethal.
He was basically the Mike Tyson of wrestling, you know. They'd be like, they hype up a match, shit coming up, boom, over.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's when the Monday
It's
Night
funny
War.
you say that because Goldberg, I mean, they got this big thing about he was the worst wrestler because he hurt everybody. But one thing I learned about wrestling I didn't know was like, I didn't know Eric Bischoff, I didn't know Vince McMahon. They were like owners and proprietors and the CEOs of WWF and NWA, like WCW towards the end. I just thought they were characters. I just thought Vince McMahon was, because he started off as like an announcer. Back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was like making deals and all that shit. Yeah, I did not know that at all. But I will say this though, Scooby Palooza, yo. This me and my mom and my dad used to lay on the couch Saturday night main event. This is probably this is the first time I remember seeing the Ultimate Warrior. Because he fought the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental Champion. And he ran out there and beat Honky Tonk Man in like 30 seconds.
He grabbed the ropes, son, doing that shit.
Yes. Man, he'd be so gassed by the time he get to the mat, though, yo. He'd be running.
I know. Slide on the mat. Slide in that bitch. Big son.
Man.
That man was
but it's funny though, like all his matches, like once he started getting into real wrestling matches, all his paint start coming off his face. He never finished it with a whole the same shit on his face, yo.
Yeah. Ultimate Warrior was like a kind of superhero, like, you know, but to me as a kid, he was superhero like.
He definitely was.
When I go back and watch him now, though, I'm like, boy, I can really see the cracks in his wrestling. You know,
he was just a good character. That's what
he was. A good character.
He wasn't a great wrestler. He was a good character, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need, you know.
That's all you need. Yeah. So definitely, NWA is fire. And look, this is hot because Starrcade came out in 1984, and we're going to have a lot more wrestling talks through these years of the 80s because it's hot. And definitely 1985 because we got to talk about WrestleMania, the first WrestleMania. But somebody else that was on fire, unfortunately, was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had an unfortunate accident on the Pepsi, his Pepsi commercial. Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire while shooting the Pepsi commercial. Look at Jermaine Jackson. Don't even know what the fuck is going on. And Michael's hair is tore the fuck up right now. So one thing I learned here, yo, you can't mix hair products with open flames. I felt sorry for Mike, man. And here's another picture of Mike after the fact. No, that's not Mike.
No, that's
I'm sorry. In the right-hand corner here, if you look, you can see Mike. He's all bandaged up. Unfortunately, man, he got 2nd and 3rd degree burns. But it was a very unfortunate accident. But it happened in 1984, man. And everybody, it was big news.
Yeah. I'll blame Jermaine Jackson, yo. I don't even know if he had a hand in it. But Aretha, you're right. Because Jermaine Jackson is the biggest hater who ever walked on the planet when it came to Michael Jackson, yo. Shout out, we got a video about that. Word to the bad, check that out. But I did feel bad for Michael Jackson because he didn't want to do the commercial.
He didn't.
You know what I'm saying? So he acquiesced, jumped in there with his brothers, and his hair caught on fire. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and you can look, if you really look, and I know it's grainy, but if you really look, you can see the flame on top of that dude's head, yo.
Yeah,
it's bad. It's bad.
And when you see the video, you just see him jumping around and everybody running over there.
Yeah,
the blankets and everything, put the fire out.
Yeah,
he was down, yo.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that this was the beginning of Michael Jackson getting hooked on the painkillers and the yada yada yada. It's kind of started the cycle that, you know, we heard about Michael until his unfortunate death in not too long ago. Well, it actually was a while ago. Yeah, it's been a while now. But we'll get off this, Michael. Now, was something you want to say about it before we go to the next thing?
My head is hot. Water. I need water.
Water. Said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, assassin.
I said actually, I love Michael, yo. So I love Michael. That's it, yeah. Let's be real, yo. That shit is hilarious, yo. I love Michael, but this shit's hilarious, yo. The motherfucker had a curl beyond curl. That shit was.
He had a lot of activator going on.
Yeah, juicy and wet. Pause. You know, he died at activated juice. Like the curl was on fire. Yes, Karen. The Jerry curl was like wet. It was there for the taking. That's what the flame saw. The flame saw that curl. It's like, yo, brother, we about to eat. Like every little flame, every little spark, like, we about to eat tonight. Like they saw that curl.
It was like, well, we got your ass, brother.
Yeah, we got you tonight, brother. So do apologize to Mike, but yeah, you had to eat that one, brother. Oh God.
And think about, like I said, he didn't even want to be there. That's makes it even worse, though. You go do something that you don't want to do and get hurt doing it.
Yeah. Because he was doing it for his brothers. Because they needed. Michael didn't even need this because he was doing his albums and shit. The Jacksons wanted to still be relevant because they didn't like Michael stealing the thunder because he was going solo. He didn't want to do this shit.
Yeah, he saw the pyrotechnics. Pyrotechnics. He said, yo, this ain't for me. There's like, nah, brother, like, come on. He's like, yo, this ain't, you see the flames? Yeah. It did like this.
Angel Jones had a Jerry curl. Oh man.
Oh snap.
I never wanted a Jerry curl.
I never had one.
I was too young for that. But I
just had a little mini fro.
My hair gets wet. I'll throw some shit up in there. I look like a curl for a second. No, curl.
My hair used to do that when I had some.
I don't like see what shit. I don't like Corey Lynn because Corey used to have a he have a Jerry curl. I'm not the people with Jerry curl, but he definitely had S curl, and that nigga was knocking out box.
That's Jerry curl adjacent. S curl activator.
Yes. Oh, when you saw the S curl box, that was Corey.
Yeah. Jerry curl adjacent, yo.
I bucks you. I love you, bro. But
I had that shit.
We're gonna let you slide. He was like, I ain't never had no curl. Like, no, you had not a Jerry curl. You had a curl.
Yeah. Oh man! Shout out to Ozzy Bloke, yo. He's a white Australian and isn't really sure what a Jerry curl was. And the only time that he mentioned it was on Dave Chappelle's skit. Jerry curl was just the wet look. Like it had this activator that you spray in your hair and it keep that shit moist. Fuck up your pillows.
Yeah.
Really shout out to Coming to America. They had that plastic. Everybody you gotta let your soul
glow. Yes.
Everybody had a curl sitting on that plastic. They got up, all that shit was wet.
The family made millions off of that, yo. But yo, I just found out something, yo. I didn't know the dude from Chic, Nile Rodgers, the dude that played the bass for Chic. He wrote Soul Glow, yo. The dude that did the Freaks for Chic, the Freak Out song. Yeah, he wrote Soul Glow, yo.
Oh man,
I didn't know that, yo.
I didn't know that either. Well, Ali had said something earlier, like those flames was eating on Michael Jackson's scalp. But one thing that wasn't eaten, and we're going to transition to another commercial that was really big in 1984, premiered in 1984, man. Wendy's Where's the Beef? I remember this commercial. This commercial ran like crazy. It ran for 2 solid years. I remember this commercial. The old lady to the right is the one that says, Where's the beef? I remember this commercial. I'm sure you guys remember it. It was funny as shit. Everybody kept saying that shit, Where's the beef, for a minute, yo, for real.
Yeah, that shit got old, though.
Oh, it only ran for 2 years.
It was funny, though, man. You can't act like it wasn't funny, though.
No, it was funny. I said it got old.
All the commercials in the 80s, this one you remember because it was just that good. I mean, there aren't too many commercials in the 80s you can say, oh, I remember that commercial, you know?
You remember this. And the fast-talking dude.
Micro Machines?
Yeah. He just talked really fast. I remember this one and that one. Those are the two that stuck out.
Yeah. So and then you want to say, Ollie, before we go into the next thing?
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Get on the phone. It's like, yo, where's the beef? The old school, like the old school phone, they was called. They wasn't even like no do. They was like,
yeah. They had the old school, the rotary phone.
Where's the beef? Shout out to rotary phones, yo.
Yeah,
If
man.
you ever look, I mean, I don't even know. It shouldn't be balls, but yeah, you suck your finger in one of them holes. You know what it is, yo. Helps us later on in life. For these dudes, yo.
You talk about the rotary phone.
In the hole. I learned a lot of techniques. I get.
Oh my god.
I dial a phone number that night.
Oh my goodness. I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, man. I don't know where you're going with this. But look, so we're going to transition out of commercials and go to songs. 1984. I mean, it's too many. So I'm gonna kind of breeze through these. We're going to highlight one artist in particular before we start going to the others. It's Madonna, yo. Madonna dropped her second album, Like a Virgin, released in 1984. This is also the year that Madonna did the MTV performance on the Like a Virgin MTV Award performance. And this album had Like a Virgin, Material Girl, Crazy for You, Into the Groove. This album has got so much. And the really big thing about 1984 Madonna is Like a Virgin became the first album by a female to sell over 5 million copies in the US. First time. So shout out to Madonna, man. She's the queen of pop, straight up.
Yo,
you can say about
this
that.
album is great. You know how I just talked about Nile Rodgers, the dude from Chic?
Mm-hmm.
He produced this whole album.
Oh, Like a Virgin album?
Like a Virgin album.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's crazy,
Damn.
yo.
That's
crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And shout out to Madonna, yo. Like, I mean, just in general, yo, Madonna was on fire. Like a Virgin is definitely a crazy ass song. I mean, not crazy I mean just crazy. Like, did numbers. Her running around through the city and shit. I mean, just Madonna, just in general, yo. Madonna was touching on all types of subjects back then. That was, you know what I mean? So, and she kept it moving from then till now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I can say. I mean, I don't acknowledge Madonna past about 2020 when she went to the Elliott phase, but before then, she was like.
But I mean,
Madonna.
You're right.
I mean,
she's the queen, man.
She's a trendsetter. I mean, she sets the trends, and even with other shit. I mean, she wasn't found shit like even shit like Vogue or whatever. Like she went into the streets and got shit, brought it to the forefront. Even if she don't set the trends, she's gonna bring it. She's gonna highlight the trends. And I mean, what can you say bad about Madonna, yo? Honestly, like it's not you can say bad about Madonna, yo.
There's really nothing. I mean, she's hitting on every cylinder in the 80s. I mean, she started trends like every girl was trying to dress like Madonna, be like Madonna, the hair like Madonna. She set it off, man. I mean, and I just named 4 songs off her album that were mega hits: Like a Virgin, Material Girl, Crazy for You, Into the Groove. Which was on Desperately Seeking Susan. That was the video of the album. But it was just she was firing on all cylinders, man. So shout out to her.
I think the material girl living in a material world. You said that. I was like, oh shit, I love that. I like that song.
Material Girl.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think last week I said Madonna is probably the best female pop artist of all time. And it was funny, because some people in the comments were talking about Pat Benatar. Yes, they have pioneers, but you have somebody that take the baton and just run with it and take it to another stratosphere, yo. It doesn't mean like they can't pay homage or can't get inspired by previous people. But Madonna's Madonna, yo. You know what I'm saying? She's Madonna. You say Madonna, you know who it is. You say Mike, you know who it is. You know what I'm saying? You say Prince, you know who it is. That's the stratosphere I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I'll say Madonna too, yo. And this, I mean, what I'm gonna say, it might sound like a slight, but it's not a slight. I mean, she came at the right time with videos and shit. But it was she carried it from that time, like the early 80s on till the 2000s. It wasn't like it ever stopped. And when I say she's the right time, I mean it's a lot of people just it's the right time, right moment.
Was there another Madonna during her reign?
I mean,
That's what
I'm just saying.
that's another thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's the yeah. I mean, her talent is her talent. I mean, but I mean, it was definitely right time, right place, right time as far as like video. Excuse me, we'll edit that out. Videos and other shit. I mean, but her talent is what carried it. I mean, everybody. I mean, because there was other people that came out during that time too. Like you said, they shit ain't last. You know what I mean? So it's definitely her talent. Don't get twisted. I'm a Madonna fan, motherfucker. But so, but it's right time, right place, carried her, and that's why she's the icon she is now. Yo, shout out to her.
Yeah. Straight up. A lot of other songs came out in 1940. We got to touch. Look, you guys. I mean, seriously, these are 6 songs. Prince, "When Doves Cry" came out in 1984. We got Kenny Loggins, "Footloose" came out in 1984.
Check the reaction on the channel.
Yeah, check that out. Reaction.
Right.
Tina Turner, "What's Love Got to Do with It" came out in
check the reaction on the channel.
Ghostbusters from Ray Parker Jr. came out in 1984.
Check the reaction on the channel.
Cyndi Lauper, "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," 1984, and Shaka Khan, "I Feel For You." These are major hits, and this is just tipping the iceberg of songs that came out in 1984. I love every last one of these songs on this list. They've lasted the test of time because they were just that good, and they're still good today, and they came out in 1984. Matter of fact, I just recently found out Kenny Loggins was the one that did "Footloose" from the reaction. So shout out to Kenny Loggins, man, and everybody else on this list. Yeah. Shaka Khan, Tina Turner, Prince, Cyndi Lauper. It's just a fantastic list, man. What y'all guys' thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead, Alvin. Talk about Kenny Loggins, yo, the jingle writer, yo.
I mean, yeah, it's a jingle writer. I'm a writer, not a biter. For myself and others, you know what I mean? Like, he definitely got his Jay-Z on here right there, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a biter, I'm a writer for myself and others. Kenny Loggins got hits, "Footloose." Like, honestly, that theme song with the movie, like, it fits so well. It does so. It's really like one of the best shits ever to me. I love that shit. I just go around the horn. Tina Turner, of course, "What's Love Got to Do with It?" You know, What's love got to do? Got to do. Her voice, her legs. She's always gonna be a hit. I don't know about the hair, but it's big at that time. Yeah, we got my boy Ray Park with Ghostbusters. We just talked about it. Ghostbusters, the movie. They had a theme song.
They were dancing at the
end. Yo, like what? How can you Ghostbusters?
How could you not love it?
It's something strange
in the neighborhood.
What you gonna
do?
Who
you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised we got. Well, I ain't know. We got a Cyndi Lauper song on the channel. Go watch that too. I'm surprised we don't have great.
Girl Just Want to Have Fun. Yeah,
we didn't do that one yet. Yeah.
And Shaka Khan, forgive me, Shaka. We ain't did you yet, but you are a bad motherfucker. Like, what can we say? I'm not done really getting the Prince. I've done talked about Prince too many times. But Shaka Khan. Like, yo, one of the greatest voices ever. You know what I mean? So,
but hey, did you know this? Did you know "I Feel For You" was actually Prince's song?
I feel for you.
Really? He didn't want it? Wow.
Good. He gave it to Shaka Khan, yo.
She killed it.
Prince has a version of this first. Yeah, I mean, it's her song, but Prince's version is not bad at all because it's Prince. But Shaka took it to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But I got to do this show. I got to get my speed read on because Corey, you said some shit. Top 84 songs. Top songs 1984. "Doves Cry." "What's Love Got to Do with It?" Say with Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson. "Footloose." "Against All Odds" by Phil Collins. "Jump." "Hello" by Lionel Richie. "Owner of a Lonely Heart" by Yes. Check it out. We just released it. "Ghostbusters." "Karma Chameleon." All Night Long, Lionel Richie. "Let's Hear It for the Boys," Elise Williams. "Dancing in the Dark," Bruce Springsteen. "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," The Reflex. "Time After Time," Jump Dog. It's so many songs in 1984 that live forever, yo.
Yeah. I've never across a year. We've been doing I Love the 80s and I Love the 90s, and I've never this is the first year that I've come across that it's a banner year through and through, from movies to music, and I ain't even got to the TV shows yet. It's an incredible year, but as far as music concerned, oh my God, timeless hits, yo.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
It's crazy, and that's not even half of it. There's so many big artists in '84. Everybody was in their. It was like everybody was overlapping. Like Elton John was big in the '70s. He was popping in the '80s. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy, yo.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. So other things that was popping, like we could go ahead and get into it. TV shows. Now I want to run through these, and then we'll just talk about them all. So TV shows. It was definitely the year of prime time soap operas. 4 of the prime time soap operas in the top 10 in 1984. Dynasty was number 1. Dallas was number 2. Knots Landing was number 9. And Falcon Crest in the right corner was number 10. I mean, it was the year of prime time soaps. Another show that premiered in 1984, The Cosby Show, premiered in 1984, instant smash hit. This is not the first year, but after this year, it spent 5 consecutive seasons at number 1. It was the number 1 rated show on television for 5 consecutive years. And there was never another TV show to do it other than All in the Family. Those are the only 2 shows that have ever been 5 consecutive years at number 1. Also, a show that premiered in 1984, Murder, She Wrote. I love fucking Angela Lansbury. Premiered in 1984. Man, who would have ever thought? So this show basically focused on Jessica Fletcher. That's her character in the show. She's a mystery writer that goes around and solves. She's an amateur detective that goes around and solves crimes. I mean, it was a great fucking show. Cannot lie. Another great show that premiered in 1984, motherfucking Miami Vice show. Come on, yo. This 1984 starring Don Johnson, Philip Michael Thomas as Crockett and Tubbs. This was a huge hit in 1984. Ran for 5 seasons on NBC from 1984 to 1989. And I didn't get a picture of it, but another show that was a big hit in 1984 was Magnum PI. So this is a lot of good shows in 1984, and I'm just tipping the iceberg. So go ahead, fellas, man. Talk about what your thoughts on the soaps, The Cosby Show, Murder, She Wrote, Miami Vice. Fina, I'll go to you.
Miami Vice is probably one of my favorite shows. Murder, She Wrote. I still watch that shit to this day, yo. That shit is so good. I love Angela Lansbury, yo, for real. But if y'all get a chance, there's a YouTube video. Top 55 celebrities that appeared on Miami Vice. Anybody who started off in the industry, became a big star in the industry, all came through Miami Vice. That show pioneered and it kicked off a lot of people's careers just by putting them on there. One of the hottest TV shows in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, Madonna P.I. was good. I mean, I was too young to watch all the, dynasties and all that shit. But I do remember the characters on Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Miami Vice heavy, yo. Super heavy.
Yeah. Miami Vice was the shit.
I mean, shout out to all the primetime shows. We touched on a couple of them before, like Dallas and whatever, Dynasty, not Landis. We touched on a few because they've been hot for a minit. I said for a minute.
This is really the last year that they're hot. Yeah, 85, so they dipped bad in 85.
You always have to Who Shot JR and all that. We touched on these. Go watch some of the old 80s episodes. You'll see that. I mean, Murder, She Wrote is definitely a classic. I watched that later on in life because the replays was always on. And honestly, they might not even been replays. Yo, that shit, I don't even know how long. To me, they all seem new. So they her old ass might have just been still just solving mysteries, writing her books.
It was out for a while. It was one of the biggest shows in the 80s.
Yeah, shout out to
12 years.
Madden P.I., his Tom Selleck, his mustache, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the heartbreakingness is the Cosby Show, yo, because the Cosby Show is fucking so fucking super, super, super classic. Yeah. But, I mean, we got our boy Bill out there doing what Bill does, Bill the Pill Man. So it's fucked up because honestly, like, this is a show I wish I could have watched with my kids because we watched like old. My oldest son, I should say, he watched all of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like literally, he watched from the beginning, first episode, because that shit was on HBO Max, whatever, to the last episode. And I used to watch some shits with him. You know what I mean? Like, he was doing. And I wish I could have did some shit like that with the Cosby Show, because Cosby Show is classic. But it's hard for me to be like, yo, put the Cosby Show on, because fucking Bill, yo.
Yeah,
he had a lot of lessons in that show. I mean, it raised. I know, show.
Bill, you motherfucker.
Yeah, you had to fuck it up, Bill.
That's just
but it is overall, it's still a great show. I mean,
it still comes on. I'll say I mean, I'm one that can separate the art from whatever, and I mean, it's not just Bill; it's everybody else is on the show too. That's great. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're talking about Theo and Denise and motherfucking goddamn, I can't name.
Yeah, you had Rudy. You had Theo.
What's the other shorty that Sandra. Got no love?
Sandra.
Well, she's not in here, but Sandra was the other sister.
Not Sandra.
And then,
I was talking about the one that did Vanessa. She did the talk show.
Right here.
She never
Vanessa
got
at the bottom.
she never got no love. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a lot of other people in there that don't have nothing to do with his bullshit. But it's just hard sometimes to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to support that shit, man.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Yeah, it was a great show. Great show.
Yeah, it was.
Right, I'm sorry.
No, I was just looking at Aretha. She said she referenced an episode where Claire kept telling Vanessa she had big fun. There's the episode Vanessa snuck down like to Baltimore to a concert.
It got drunk.
Oh yeah,
and her dad to go get her.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Cosby Show. I mean, like it's so good.
Remember that episode when Theo got his ears pierced? He put the headphones on, trying to pretend.
Yeah.
He was like, "You like what you listen to, son?" Oh yeah, and he like pulled the shit out. He's like,
"Yeah,
when she ain't no music playing."
When he was breaking down the money, he was like, "Yo, this is for print, this for that." Yeah. He was like, "I'll just ride the motorcycle." He was like, but then he was like, "What about food, motherfucker?" Like that's how I be like, yo.
He was like, I eat whatever. He was like, "What about you? Gonna have a girlfriend?" He was like, "Yep." He took all of what he said.
Yo.
Cosby Show. No, the Cosby Show is definitely a classic. It's funny all around. You know what I mean?
Great show.
I mean, of course, we got the classic. Shorty made the shirt for Theo.
The
Gordon Cottrell.
The Gordon Cottrell. We got the joints for they. Well, they did a couple of episodes where they did songs. You know what I mean? And of course, you always have Rudy doing her thing at the end.
Mm-hmm. She was singing,
night and day.
It's a classic, man. Classic. It's a shame that this show has a stain on it because of what with Bill Cosby. But the shout out for the show itself, great show, and we'll be talking about them again later on because they'll be the number one show in 1985. So we'll have more to talk about with the Cosby Show.
And shout out to Carl Anthony Payne, Martin all day, Cockroach. Yeah. Did the same, my bad.
Yes, I forgot, Cockroach.
I was like, he was.
Cockroach was so good on that show, yo.
Yeah.
They
should
have never got rid of Cockroach.
He also to play Theo. He auditioned to play Theo.
Oh, he did.
Well, he was on.
That would have been interesting because I think he's a better actor than Malcolm.
Oh, he was more seasoned, and he talked about it. So shout out to Matt Hoffa, yo. He actually did Matt Hoffa show, and he broke down from the Cosby Show to Martin because he was on two iconic TV shows, man, in the Black community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he broke down kind of like how it was, how Bill Cosby didn't really rock with him. That's why he wasn't on.
That's why he wasn't on the show. And really, I think that was a bad mistake because once Cockroach left, they really didn't know what to do with Theo after that. Yeah. It was like a void. He needed.
Yeah, different friends come in and out, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but Cockroach. He didn't have Cockroach though. You know,
I mean,
so he needed Cockroach.
That's the whole problem. Bill didn't never want to have. He ain't never have his finger on the pulse. Like he never had his finger on like what was gonna be hot.
Yeah,
I mean, a different world saved him. I mean, I'm sure he got a big check off Different World, but it wasn't like he was doing Different World. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Different World wasn't his. He started Different World. His first year, he fucked it up because he didn't have his finger on the pulse. It wasn't until Debbie Allen got a hold of it who had her finger on the pulse, and the show took off. And
he just collected the check. But you know what I mean? Like he never had his finger on the pulse for real.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, we are about to close this out, but before we do, we have got to get to a segment of this show that I always do, and that's the Babes of 1984. Okay, so look, but
let's
it's
go.
hold on though, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. So
okay,
Daryl Hannah from Splash. She's one of the Babes of 1984. Heather Thomas, she is actually the co-star on The Fall Guy. So she's the girl in the middle.
Okay,
and
that's her shit, bro.
Yeah, and of course, now her name is Leslie Easterbrook, but she's Sergeant Callahan in Police Academy. There you go. So those are the Babes.
I ain't mad at Sergeant.
1984.
Out of uniform. Her out of uniform. I ain't mad at that at all. I mean,
yeah, she had some other. She had some other ones I couldn't put up here.
Daryl Hannah,
because in Police Academy when she jumps in the pool and she comes out the pool and she's just wearing a white T-shirt, so I couldn't put that.
No, I was gonna say Daryl Hannah. When did Splash come out? Was it Splash
in 1984? It came out in 1984.
Ooh, Splash, one of the greatest movies ever.
Yes,
Daryl Hannah, the mermaid, like.
Tom Hanks.
A great movie. Tom Hanks, yeah, of course. Of course, Tom Hanks or what have you. Great ass movie, yo. And she had to learn how to talk. She was in there watching TV and shit, trying to learn how to talk and shit.
Yes,
all that shit about Splash is fire, yo. But Daryl Hannah is a good one, yo. I ain't mad at you. You have me a little shaky, Corey. I'm not mad at this list right now. This list was a good list.
Yeah. This is a good, I try to, because I was, this the list, man. So now we're going to go to the Mr. and Ms. of 1983, and the Mr. and Ms. of 1983. Let me show it. I got that up. Hold on, let's put it up. Here we go. Mr. and Ms. in 1983. Hold on, y'all.
84.
84. I'm sorry, 84. Boy George. Boy George is the Mr. and Ms. in 1983. But no, guys, I'm just playing. This is jokes. I'm
about to say Corey on his bullshit again. Yo.
This is jokes, But no, it's the Mr. and Ms. in 1983. Boy George.
Oh, I thought you said Mr. and Ms.
Mr. and Ms. in 1983. 1984. I'm sorry, 1984.
So you see, honestly,
you even made Ollie blush on that shit.
That's funny. No, it took me. I thought I was slow as fuck. It took me a second to get it.
Don't you get it?
At it? Yeah. Shout out to Boy George
in 1984.
Chameleon, yo. Shout out to him. Yo. That's just funny, yo. Shout out to Coach Club and all that, yo.
But he's a fire. Now this is not a slam against Boy George because I love Boy George and the Coach Club. Like,
they're fire.
Boy George is fucking fire, yo. Like that Karma Chameleon and got another song out too. Yeah, so
no, you can't just do that. You gotta sing that shit if you don't sing it, brother.
I don't know the words. I know the melody.
But look, this is really not the Mr. and Ms. of 1983. Really, the Mr. and Ms. of 1983 is Ralph Macchio and Elizabeth Shue. There you go. That's the Mr. and Ms. of 1983. I'm sorry, I keep saying 1983. I'm sorry, 1984. The Mr. and Ms. of 1984. There you go. Daniel LaRusso and his girl Hallie with an eye. That's how it was. That's how it was in the movie. But yeah, there you go. Ralph Macchio and Elizabeth Shue. Fellas.
Yeah.
1984, man. What a year, man.
It's a solid, super solid year.
Oh, my bad.
And the thing about this is we really just scratched the surface because we can do a part 2 and we're definitely going to do a part 2 and a part 3 because there's a lot of stuff that we missed. Yeah. It was just so jam-packed with so much stuff in 1984. We really just couldn't get to it all. But one thing I'm very happy about is you guys rock with us the whole time, man. You guys are still here. So go ahead and hit that like button, give it a thumbs up. You know what I mean? Yeah, as always. I mean, shout out to everybody who's always rocking with us. I see you in there, Ozzy. I appreciate that. Angel, Brandon, Jabbar, Jay West, Ruff, Urethra, Ed, Chicago Cubs as always. I mean,
Karen.
Yeah, we got Scoopy Palooza, Karen. Yes, shout out to Karen. I really don't want to forget anybody. I'm trying to scroll through. We had Brian Johnson in here, Alan Martins. There was a lot of you guys in here today, and we're just so glad you guys rock with us. 1984, man. Huge year. huge year.
It's huge.
Crazy,
It's
crazy.
crazy, yo.
And
These
people
side conversations, yo, be hilarious, yo.
And there'd be so many movies and songs and shit in the chat. Like even like somebody even just threw out a random joint like Firestarter. Yo, I remember Shorty was like fucking put it, and I like the remake on that too. Remake
that came out in 1984. That's right.
Yeah, remake just came out a couple of years ago. Both of them were fire, but the '84 joint was crazy because that's
the remake.
When I mean, it ain't like super great, but the '84 joint, the '84 joint was. I remember watching that as a kid. Like when it came on regular TV, I ain't seen the '84. I might have saw about '88, '89. I was like, oh, Shorty was putting the shit on fire. I love that shit, man.
Let me ask y'all a question before we get on.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen this movie called The Dog Who Stopped the War back in 1984? It was like kids having a big old snowball fight, like rival neighborhoods, and they was having I need to find somebody who watched that, yo. That's like one of my favorite movies.
You're on that one. You definitely on that one.
I can't find nobody who watched the motherfucking movie, yo.
Anybody in that chat, The Dog Who Stopped the War? Is that the name of the movie?
It's The Dog Who Stopped the War. It's a kid movie, and they like your crew is fighting my crew. We having a snowball fight. We have ice forts and all that shit. You never seen that?
That must have been a Europe movie or something.
Actually, it was like a Canadian movie.
I was gonna say, it definitely wrote in the U.S.
But no, I love that movie.
Yeah,
it's a sad movie.
I don't know.
And it was sad. How you make a snowball fight sad? That's why that shit ain't blow.
Yeah, snowball's fight supposed to be fun. They probably had a day off school.
So they was fighting each other, and then the ice fort collapsed on the dog and killed the dog. Yo,
oh my god, yo! This
definitely was not a U.S. movie.
No, this is tragedy.
Wait a minute. So the kids is out of school. It's a snow day. They have a snowball fight, and they all died from the snow.
Was crazy. It was like playing like capture the flag. Snowball
they
fight.
They killed his dog. Look, I read that the
crazy,
kids died than the dog. Yo, why did the dog gotta die? Yo, he wasn't involved.
That's why it's called The Dog That Stopped the War, because the war was the kids fighting each other.
So once the dog died, everybody stopped fighting. Yeah, man. What?
1984.
Oh Lord.
Sad movie.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that's seen that.
I'm probably the only motherfucker that's seen that shit, yo.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad I ain't seen that shit.
Yeah, Google it, yo. Dog Will Stop the War, yo.
I probably ain't crying and shit.
Yeah, I would have been traumatized.
It's like a Saint Bernard dog or some shit, yo.
Oh damn. Okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna end this, man. This has been really good. You guys been rocking with us so long, but I do want to end it. Oh, go ahead, Ollie. He might have tripped that.
I ain't drink that shit.
He did drink that. He just probably dreamt that was actually on TV. I do believe that he dreamt that shit. Yes, that was a good one, man. Y'all are killing it in the comments, yo. For real, y'all are good.
I love the comments. Y'all so funny.
He dreamt that shit.
Y'all be on point, yo.
He said he tripped that movie. Yeah, he did
that
shit. Because nobody knows what you're talking about.
But literally, you're the only one. You're the only one.
It's a Canadian movie, but it's in French, yo. But it has subtitles, yo. I saw that shit.
Canadian. It's in French.
This is a French movie. You try to bring it back,
but it was in French, but it was in English. Like their mouth was speaking French.
They dubbed it. Yeah, man. I told you it was a European movie. I told you. I said I bet you it was from Europe, yo.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it's Canadian, North America.
Oh man. That's
the
crazy.
dog
That's
has
crazy.
died. No. I might sound African. I was trying to sound French.
Yeah, you did sound a little African, yo. You sound like an African Frenchman.
The dog has passed away.
You know what? Thank you, Karen. I fuck with you heavy.
To the heavens.
Culture, yo. Y'all are heathens, yo. Y'all don't have any coof. None of that shit, yo.
Coof?
Yeah.
Coof or coof?
Shed your tears. Shed your tears. Say your prayers. The dog would not be here in the morning.
You know, Ollie, you sound like a mix between like somebody that's from India, somebody that's from French, and somebody from Africa. It's like a
I
little
know.
bit of
I
everything.
got all of everything.
Oh man, it's like a Neapolitan. What's it called? A Neapolitan? Where you
Yeah,
got
there
the
you go.
vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
But
I don't
that's
know the
French,
fuck.
yo. Shout out
That
to,
is French.
Yeah,
That
shout out to your
is.
boy, yo. That's
Well,
what
look,
it
we're gonna end it off with this. I know we're gonna end it off with this. I know y'all gonna like this shit. Yeah, man.
Close it out.
Gonna make it big so everybody can see it. And there you go, guys. Good night. We are out of here, man.
Next week,
Peace.
1994.
1994. Yeah, 1994. Yeah, that's it.
Been a good year for me.
Yeah,
That's a real good year for me.
Yeah,
Personally,
good year.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Shit. Somebody got it.
Yeah, man.
But somebody got to put something for end screen.
There we go. Mr. and Miss.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I guess we'll go ahead and mute